Welcome to Intellify. Watch this video to know about octet rule and its limitations. The octet rule refers to the tendency of atoms to have 8 electrons in the valence shell. When atoms have fewer than 8 electrons, they tend to react and form more stable compounds. It was postulated by Kossel and Lewis. The atoms complete their octet by either gaining or losing electrons. They do so by attaining nearest noble gas configuration. Significance of octet rule. It explains the reason behind the chemical combination of different atoms to form ionic or covalent bonds. Limitations of octet rule. The main limitation to the rule is hydrogen, which is at its lowest energy when it has 2 electrons in its valence shell. Helium is similar in that it too only has room for 2 electrons in its only valence shell. Hydrogen and helium have only 1 electron shell. The first shell has only one s orbital and no p orbital, so it holds only 2 electrons. Therefore, these elements are most stable when they have 2 electrons. Second limitation are aluminium and boron, which can function well with 6 valence electrons. Consider BF3. The boron shares its 3 electrons with 3 fluorine atoms. The fluorine atoms follow the octet rule, but boron has only 6 electrons. Most elements to the left of the carbon group have so few valence electrons that they are in the same situation as boron. They are electron deficient. In period 3, the elements on the right side of the periodic table have empty d orbitals. The d orbitals may accept electrons, allowing elements like sulfur and phosphorus to have more than an octet. Compounds such as PCl5 and SF6 can be formed. These compounds have 10 and 12 electrons around their central atoms respectively. Xenon hexafluoride uses d electrons to form more than an octet. This compound shows another exception, a noble gas compound. The octet rule is not satisfied by all the atoms in a molecule having an odd number of electrons. For example, nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide do not satisfy the octet rule. The rule failed to predict the shape and relative stability of molecules. It is based upon the inert nature of noble gases. However, some noble gases like xenon and krypton form compounds such as XeF2, KrF2, etc. This rule cannot be applied to those compounds in which the number of electrons surrounding the central atom is less than 8. For example, LiCl, BH2, AlCl3, etc. Do not obey the octet rule. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and do subscribe our channel for more such videos.